Good afternoon, sir. I am Elfread Rubia, one of your students in Living in IT Era subject here in GHCC Gipos Extension, Criminology, sir, first year. So, as what Sir Mihorada instructed to us, sir, that we are going to create a PowerPoint presentation regarding the different computing periods and different computing discoveries at that period. So this will be my presentation, sir, in that activity that Sir Mihorada was been given. There are four main periods that I am going to tackle in this video presentation. So in this video, sir, I am going to present four main periods that discuss very important discoveries in the existence of computer or the history of computer, or play a very important role in the history of computer. So the first period is the pre-mechanical period, and the second one is the mechanical period. The third one is the electromechanical period, and the last one is the electronic period. The pre-mechanical period can be traced back thousands of years ago, around 3000 BCE to 450 CE. During these times, humans started communicating with one another in racks. Then they started to write symbols as substitute for features to depict ideas, objects, animals. This gave rise to our modern day alphabet. And during this period, a lot of discoveries was being made. So these are. So technologies like the slide rule, which referred to an analog computer used for multiplying and dividing, were invented during this period. Then also Blaise Pascal invented the Pascaline, which was a very popular mechanical computer. Then Charles Babbage developed the difference engine, which stabilized polynomial equations using the method of finite differences. So this will be the Pascaline, sir, that was invented by Blaise Pascal. Then this will be the invention of Charles Babbage. Then the next period, sir, is the mechanical period. The mechanical age can be defined as the time between 1450 and 1840. A lot of new technologies are developed in this era, as there is a large explosion in interest with this area. Technologies like the slide rule, or refers to an analog computer used for multiplying and dividing, were invented. So since I already tackled that the slide rule was already invented in pre-mechanical, still it still continue to get evolved until in the mechanical period. It will be the computing discovery during the mechanical period. So as I am going to read, this is the age that we observe the first connections between the technology of today and its ancestors. Slide rule is invented, early example of analog computers. The first general purpose computers are developed, or the first general purpose computers are started to be developed. Then the next period is the electromechanical period. The electromechanical age or the electromechanical period can be defined as the time between 1840 and 1940. So these are the beginnings of telecommunication. The telegraph was created in the 18th. Morse code was created by Samuel Morse in 1835. So this will be the electromechanical period, sir, together with the discovery during this period, sir. So this will be the Morse code, sir, which was created by Samuel Morse in 1835. Then the next period, sir, is the electronic period. Electronic period is the last period in ICT history. So when we are going to, since it stated that this is the last period in ICT history, we can say that still, as of this moment right now, we are still under the electronic period. So it started in the year 1940s and continues up to the present. The highlight of this period is focused on the advent of solid-state devices. Discovery during this period, the invention of transistor ushered in the electronic age. People harnessed the power of transistors that lead to the transistor radio, electronic circuits, and early computers. In this age, long-distance communication become more efficient. So as what we can observe, sir, as of this period or as of this time, the people get communicate or get interact with each other in just simply a tap of their phone. They only just need a load or data, or we could say a Wi-Fi or internet connection, then they can easily interact and communicate with the other people or with their loved ones. That's how powerful the technology play, or that's how powerful the technology, especially at this moment, sir. Those impossible things, they would say that, or they can say that it will be impossible to happen, are now happening right now, sir. So since as what we can observe that ICT or those discoveries are still continue to get developed, improved by those people who are wide knowledge and skills and interest about this field, and we could say that would be a great sign that in the future technology, computer, and more, or ICT, will be more developed and developed that could play a very important role in the life of every individual. But still, there is always advantages and advantages in every part of our life. So it depends on how the individual or how the user going to utilize this type of uh, technology to his or to her lives. So this will be the history of computers, sir. So way back 2500 BC, abacus was been invented. So abacus is the first non-calculating machine used for counting. It is made of beds and rods. It is mainly used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Next would be the Napier's bone on 1617. John Napier of Scotland invented a calculating device in the year 1617 called the Napier bones in honor of his name. So Napier used the bone rods of the counting purpose, where the some number is printed on these rods. These rods can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So as what we can observe that from abacus to Napier bones, uh, uh, the computer was started to be improved. And after the Pascal's calculator, sir, analytical engine was been invented. In the year 1833, a scientist from England known to be Charles Babbage invented such machine. It is included such features which is used today's computer language. Then, the next will be the first generation vacuum tubes. The computers of first generation use vacuum tubes as the basic components for memory and circuitry for CPU, or what we call the central processing unit. These tubes, like electric bulbs, produce a lot of heat, and installation used to fuse frequently. Therefore, they were very expensive and only large organizations were able to afford it. Good thing that there would be already a first generation or vacuum tube, but unfortunately it is very expensive. So this means that not all individuals can be able to afford this type of computer. Then next will be the Leibniz calculator. In the year 1967, a German mathematics, Gottfried Leibniz, modified the Pascal calculator, and he developed a machine which could perform various calculations based on multiplication and division as well. So through the invention of Gottfried Leibniz, so the Pascal calculator was been developed. Then on the year 1964 to 1971, third generation or integrated circuit was being created. These were the first computer where users interacted using keyboard and monitors, which interface an operating system, a significant leap up from the punch cards and printouts. So in the year 1964 to 1971, this would be a very great year for the history of computers, since there is a big development happen at this time. Then next would be the computer that was created or invented on year 2010 until now. This would be called the fifth generation or the artificial intelligence. Uh, uh, Through this invention, computer devices with artificial intelligence are still in development, but some of these technologies are beginning to emerge and be used, such as voice recognition and understand natural language. So from the 2500 BC until 2010, we could see the history of computer and how it was developed and evolved as year passes by. So that would be all, sir. Thank you, and thank you for listening, and God bless.